So this next topic that I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about the 5 levels of leadership. Who here has heard of the 5 levels of leadership? Who besides David can tell me is the person that created the 5 levels of leadership?
John Maxwell.
There you go. Who is that? Who is that? Henry Lamb. Well done, brother. So these are the 5 levels of leadership. Okay, so these 5 levels of leadership were created by John Maxwell. Okay, so for those of you who don't know John Maxwell, he's a what can I say about this man, dude? He created the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. This guy is a leadership guru. He knows the leadership game inside and out. Successful man. If you haven't heard of him or if you haven't picked up this book, I highly, highly encourage you to do so. A lot of great content. And what I love about this 5 levels of leadership, it really breaks down every leadership style, not style, but every leadership level there is. And just about anything, right? Anything regarding business, regarding anything that you could think of. So for the sake of our business, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. So the 5 levels of leadership. For the first level, who could read me that bottom level there? Anybody?
I got
Position.
you. Yeah, position. People follow because they have to.
People follow because they have to, right? Right. So before I dive into level 1, John Maxwell says that leadership is not a noun, it's a verb. It's action, right? It's action. It's something that you do, something that you take initiative in. And so if we can understand how to move up each level, then we expand our leadership influence and our effectiveness. Okay, so level 1, like Chris Cooper said, is position, rights. People follow you because they have to, right? So this is the position where, it's always the beginning of every leadership position. This is the first stage and anything that you could do regarding leadership, okay? The position doesn't make you a leader. It's where we get to shape and define our leadership, okay? So when you guys first hit leadership, right, you guys first get into it, you guys hit your 8 cells, bam, now you guys are on level 1. You're on the position stage, right? So if you get a new guy on your team, right, he follows you because he has to, right? He landed on your team. You're going to be the guy to train him, right? So most of us here some of us here are still on this level 1, but I feel most of us on this call are roughly around level 2 and level 3, okay? So level 2 is permission. So who here could read me the permission stage here?
Relationships. People follow because they want to.
People follow because they want to. Perfect, right? So people follow because they want to. So at level 2, you've connected with your people and they like you and you like them, okay? So in level 2, in the permission stage, right, relationships with people are the foundation of leadership, okay? So in our business, as you guys know, we're in the business of people development. We're here to develop other people. And the better you are at building relationships with the people, the longer they're going to ride with you, the longer they're going to have your back, the longer they're going to stay in the business, the longer they're going to, go through all the trials and errors with you. Okay. And great listeners, John Maxwell says, great listeners, observers, right? Great listeners and observers and learners. That is the definition of the permission stage. So these are leaders that are great listeners. They're really good at listening, right? They get a task, they know how to listen. Right? They're observers. They know how to observe really well at the task. Okay. And ultimately, they're really, really good learners. Okay. So they're conscious about what their people are and what they are doing. They know and love to serve. Okay. So at the permission stage, when you're building relationships, this is where we really start diving into team nights, right? Those team nights. This is where it comes really, really clutch, because now the best way to build relationship in this business, as you guys know, is spending time with your people, getting to know your people outside of the field, right? Getting to know them, having lunch with them, having breakfast with them, having dinner with them, getting to know, even if you want to go as far as, getting to know each other's significant other, mom, dad, whoever, doesn't matter. At this stage, right, people are beginning to follow you because they want to, instead of just following you because they have to. Okay. And so a lot of us here, how many of us here have a new guy? Not many of us have somebody on our team. I know, Jonathan, you have 2 people on your team. Henry, you have 1 person on your team. is it?
Yeah, I only have one right now.
Cool. Chris Cooper, you have nobody, right?
Nobody right now.
Okay. And Cam, you have currently anybody in your team right now? Cam, no either, and no Henry. Okay. So right now, in the position that you guys are in this leadership role, obviously before building your team and getting people on your team and getting people to follow you because they want to, and following you rather than following you because they have to, the first thing you have to do in this position is you have to focus on your production. Okay? If you have nobody on your team, then you have to be a production leader. Okay, production leader is level 3. And I think this is going to be the big one for everybody here because many of us don't have people on our team here on this call. And so at the production stage, people follow you because of what you've done for the organization. Okay, so if you have nobody on your team now, but if you're a rock star salesman and you're out there closing and putting up numbers like Jonathan Alke, people are going to follow him because of his production, right? People could be new into the business and they're like, man, I want to work with this guy because this guy is making money, right? These are the people that we want to call our big top producers, right? Like big dog, right? You want to be a big dog, you want to be a closer, you have to do well in the production, okay? And if you have nobody on your team right now, you shouldn't be worrying about anything else but producing. That should be your main focus. David, I know you've been a little quiet there. Did you want to add anything?
Definitely for the production phase, you do have to show that you are hitting the standard. Once you hit the standard, you're definitely going to get noticed by the partners, the senior partners, and even, the president. And I feel like once you get to that stage where they know that you're putting in the hard work and effort, they're going to reward you with the new people, and they're going to give you more responsibility to train. That's what I got, Andrew.
Yeah, I think David hit it right on the money, right? If your numbers are up and you're producing, then they're going to give you those new guys. In this level 3 phase, John Maxwell says that people follow you because of what you've done for the organization, okay? You lead by example on how to be effective and productive. Leadership begins to gain credibility because you are modeling things that your people want to see, okay? And for those of you who don't have any people, what's wrong with being that model before they come in, right? You're being that model, you're producing, you're effective. So when guys do come in, they're gonna be like, damn, I have a dope leader. I have an amazing leader, right? You attract who you are, not who you want, okay? And I think this is huge because what kind of people do you want to attract? You have to ask yourself, right? Do you want to attract guys that are like-minded like you, that are killers, right? That want to go out there and that want to hunt and that want to put up a lot of deals and make a lot of money and have a lot of fun, right? Is that the kind of people that you want to attract? Or do you want to attract people that aren't motivated, that you need to micromanage, that you need to push all the time, right? So again, he says you attract who you are, not who you want. Another thing here in this level 3 production stage is managers try to solve problems while leaders try to gain momentum. Okay, and I think this is huge because momentum is growth. It's a problem solver. Okay, so whenever you have momentum on your side, you are growing. You are going up, right? You're shooting for the stars. We're gonna go on to the level 4 stage, which is people development. Okay, reproduction. Okay, so who here could read this one for me here?
People follow because of what you have done for them.
Exactly, right? So at this point, it's a whole nother level to leadership, right? People follow you because what you've done for them. So let me dive in a little more into John Maxwell, what he says about the level 4 stage. So he says people follow you because of what you've done for them, right? And it's a little deeper than that. So before I do jump up to the next level, a few other points is there are 3 keys in developing leaders and good people. So in this stage, you are developing other leaders, the reproduction stage, right? People development. You're now beginning to build other leaders. Obviously, this is, I think, Brandon, you're a leader, correct? Right? You're on this call, right? Jonathan built you up. He got you to leadership, right? So these are the 3 keys that I want you to take away here in developing leaders and good people. Number 1, is recruitment. Okay, you need to know who you're looking for. Okay, and that goes along with it all ties into each other, right? Who are you trying to attract? Who are you looking for? What individuals do you want in your team? Right? Number 2, positioning, putting the right people in the right places. Successful leaders discover what other people are good at. Right? Successful leaders discover what other people are good at. And then number 3 here is equip. Understand your people's strength. Once fully equipped, you would have multiplied yourself. The last one I have here is the pinnacle stage. Okay, level 5. Who could read this one for me?
Yes, sir. We got pinnacle for respect. People follow because of who you are and what you represent.
So this is the highest level of leadership. Okay, and to be honest with you, you know, only a few people I feel really reach this leadership, right? Most of the partners, yeah, are probably here. Are there some partners that are probably here, not here? I believe so, yeah, right? But at this stage, you know, this is the ultimate stage that John Maxwell says. He says it's out of respect, right? People follow you because of who you are and what you represent. Great amount of respect in this position. Leadership is always an ongoing and learning process, right? So in this position, in the respect position, everything here ties into it, right? People follow you because of what you do, what you've done for them, the numbers, the organization, right? And ultimately, they have the most upright respect. Your people are human beings, man. And if you show that you care for them and you value them more than just the business, and you really care about them, and you really want to see them grow and succeed, you are going to get the most upright respect in this business.